Flosstube, I am Danielle and this is my channel Love and Stitchin', a channel about cross stitch. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. This is Flosstube number 31 and it is not going to be my normal Flosstube. I mentioned in my last video that I thought I would try to pop in here and do a Christmas WIP parade because I think there's like 13 Christmas / winter WIPs that I've got going on, so I thought I'd just share those before I kind of dive into them as I am starting my Christmas stitching. I do have some kitted projects as well that I thought I'd share, and then just some patterns maybe for some inspiration as you get ready for your Christmas stitching coming up, whether you're starting that now or you're starting that after Halloween or Thanksgiving or whatever the case may be. So I have all of my patterns here, and then I've got my all of my WIPs here, and then my patterns are over here. And as you can see, I am in a different location. I have filmed here before. This is my office space that is in my bedroom, so it's just a little corner of my bedroom. And then I also do have a shelf that goes down that I have my fabric, and then my floss is all up here, and then a shelf that I have decorated. And I actually, when I did Jolly July in here, I filmed Jolly July in here, I left all of this here. And so these are some pieces that I finished last year mostly, I think. So there's some ornaments and then some stand-up pieces, and then the big finish that is actually on my new shirt that I got in the mail this week. So I was very excited about that. And my big sleigh finish that my dad did. So I have kept this up, which is hilarious because my son comes in here and he's like, "Mom, it's not Christmas. Why do you still have Christmas up?" Well, because I just haven't switched it out. So I thought this would be a good place. It is evening. My husband is out on the deck watching football and playing a game, I think, and then my kids just went down. So I am fresh out of the shower and no makeup. So that's something different. So there you go. Probably too much information. But anyway, so let's go ahead and just dive into the WIPs. Like I said, no particular order, but we're just going to go through them. See what's in here and what we've got to work with this Christmas season. So the first one is the Farmhouse Christmas series, and this is by Little House Needleworks. And I have completed 3 of them, I think. So let's look. Have I completed? No, I've completed 2. I'm on my 3rd one. And so the first one that I did was, and I don't know what this one was called, but this is the first one that I did. And this fabric, I can never remember what it's called. I looked it up last year when I was sharing these finishes, and I should have written it down, but I did not. It's an even weave, 28 count, a blue that I think is out of print. And I had to get it off of eBay, I think, and do a whole lot of researching when I realized I was running low. So I have another bag where all of my patterns are that have enough fabric to finish everything. So this is the second one, and this is the quilt. Just like the Fall on the Farm, there's a quilt piece that goes in the middle. So this is a 9-part series, just like Fall on the Farm was. And I finished these ones in 2019, and I haven't finished another one since then. Whoops. All right, so the one that I have started that I can't wait to get back to, I really want to get this one finished this year, is Baba Black Sheep. So this is the next one that I'm working on. And that is where I am at. And one thing I know that I did change is in the border, it's all supposed to be white, and I added in the red in the border, so every other one is red. So that is one thing that I changed. And I think the red that it calls for is Cherry Cobbler. And I am using Buckeye Scarlet. So I think this is just a little bit of a darker red. And so you can see that red. I think it's in this one. Let's see. Yeah, in this one with the variegation. And I really love that variegation. I think it's great. And I love this series. I want to get it done, but as you can see, I have not put a lot of work into it. So I'm thinking maybe next year I'll try to do some more of them, but at least get this one WIP finished at the very least is what I would like to do. All right, so I don't lose everything. Let me just put things back in here. And then we will go on to the next one. Okay, sorry about that. The next one is a Stitching with the Housewives. This is Silent Night. I started this one last year and Just did not get as far as I would have liked. This is on 32 count. I don't know if I left the sticker on it or not. Yes, I did. Okay. 32 count Storm Lugano. So it's a lighter color than the black. And that was kind of what I was going for on this piece, was not to stitch on the black, especially 32 count. And that is how far I have gotten on this one. So the church, and you know, I've got a long way to go, but I'd like to pick it up again. And this is a bag that I made last year out of some fabric. And I really like this bag. All the called for colors beyond the fabric being different. The next one are, or it's actually two in here. So these are ornaments. Actually, this is going to be a reindeer, but I don't have the actual picture. It's a hands-on design. And let's see if I can put it on the back of something. So that is the start of it. So that's a border. This is one that is in, it's called Plenty. It's in one of the Just Cross Stitch magazines. 2015, I'm guessing, the ornament edition, because that's what year it says. I just made a photocopy of it so I didn't have to have the entire magazine. Unlike this magazine, which I have the entire magazine for. Don't know why, but that's how it is. So this is the August 2015 Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is also a hands-on design, so that's why they're in the same bag. And it's Peace. And so there's the picture. And that's where I started. And I'm not super motivated to finish these. I don't know why. I've started them, I loved them, and then I just haven't picked them up since. And I really should. I can't remember if these were Mania starts or not. They may have been Jolly July starts last year. I can't remember. So I don't know if we'll get around to those. But they're just adding to the WIP numbers, so it'd be nice to get them done. All right, next up is the Prairie Schooler Christmas Alphabet. So I am stitching Merry Christmas. It's on 28 count. Coffee Tea Dyed Monaco, I believe. And let's see. I've got thread everywhere in this bag. It's just a mess. All right. So I have the word Mary. So that's done. And then I left off with Chris. So I don't have a lot more to go. I think this one I should be able to get done this year. And I do want to put it on the houses that Priscilla did her finish on. However, she only did the word Christmas, whereas I'm doing the word Merry Christmas, and then she finished it on a long board. And I think if you put Merry and Christmas, it would be really long, but maybe if I got a board that I could put Merry on top and Christmas on the bottom, and then do some sort of embellishments since Merry is shorter than Christmas. I don't know. I gotta figure that out as far as the finish goes. I've still kind of been thinking through that one on how I want to finish it, since I'm doing a few more letters than she did. All right, next up, I showed this one in my last video. This was a new start, and it is the Countdown to Christmas by Cottage Needleworks. And I have added like another white of line since, or maybe a couple lines of line of white since I started or showed it on my video. And I think I actually got the fabric wrong on that video. I think this is 32 count, maybe platinum. When I show it on my next video, I'll make sure I write down what the fabric is that I'm stitching on. So I think I did like another line of white. Am I done with the lines? Oh, yes. So I finished the straight up lines. I had 2 lines there, and then I went ahead and I did a bottom row here of the horizontal lines. So I gotta go now and do all the horizontal lines to get the border done. It's a lot. It doesn't look like a lot of stitching, but I counted up the stitches, and one night that I was working on it, where I had only done like all of the vertical lines, it was about 600 stitches in about 2 hours, I guess. So that's really not that bad. It just looks, because I guess because you're only doing white lines, it looks like you're not making a lot of progress. But in reality, I was not doing too bad. All right, this is, I showed this one in my last video as well, A Merry Little Christmas by the Housewives. And I'm doing it on 28 count, Rit dyed, and coffee dyed. And it was Rit dyed, the denim blue maybe? I have not worked on this one since my last video, but I plan on getting back to it soon. I have been, what have I been working on? I stitched up some small ornaments. I think the Christmas 9 patch, or the December 9 patch I was working on. So I haven't picked up any of my big pieces yet, which I definitely need to. All right, so this one is one that I really want to work on. It is by Living on the Rainbow. I'm going to show it on my tablet because that's where it is. It is called Santa's House. And look how cute that is. And then there's another snapshot of it. And so it's really this long piece that you then do like a drum essentially. And she has instructions on it. So there's, you can see Mrs. Claus and Santa's sleigh and Santa's door. And then there are 3 reindeer stalls. I can't show those because they're not in the picture. But I can't wait to share it with you guys as I stitch it some more. So I started this one last year. It calls for, I think, 18 count fabric, but I decided to use 36 count fabric. It's ivory, and I am doing it 2 strands over 2, just to give it that more full look because it is going to be in a drum. And so I did want to just kind of give it that fuller look. And I have worked on this a little bit since last year. So last year I did all of the outlining and of this, because this is like the main color that's going to be going around it. And then I just did some fill in here. These 2 areas I filled in since my last video. And this is all fill in here of the brown. And then you'll keep going. So I think what I might do is go stitch all the main parts of it and then come back and do a lot of the fill in along the way. Like do some outlines and then go back, because it's going to be stitched straight across and straight across. And this is the main color of the background. So I might do it that way. But she is on Etsy. She's a Ukrainian designer, and she has a series of these little adorable ornaments. So I'd love to do like a little Santa's village with all of them. And they are 144 wide by 32 high. So they're not going to be super big. And like I said, she gives the instructions on how to finish them and everything. Like here's a list of everything that you need to finish them. And then there's picture instructions. Some of it I'm a little confused on just because I read through all the instructions. There's like 18 pages here, 21 pages. And, but because I've never finished something like this, it's going to take some time from when I get around to finishing it eventually. But I really can't wait to do that. Okay, so the next one, this is December, yeah, Country Cottage Needleworks, December sampler. I do not have November finished yet. I think I might try to go work on that tonight. Maybe, probably. I should finish that one up. I started this one last year, and this is as far as I got, which is not actually that bad. So once I get that house area done, it's just these 3 sections again, and then it's done. So once I get to this one, I don't think it'll take me very long. And I don't think I'm using any different colors on this one. I don't think I am. Coffee tea dyed Monaco, 28 count on that one. This is another one I want to finish. Goodness gracious. This is Santa's Village, Mrs. Claus Cookie Shop. I have 3 or 4 of these left for the series to be complete. I think I finished one last year maybe. And so then I started working on this one, but I didn't get it done. So I'd really like to get this. And I am stitching them all individually on 32 count. I think it's lamb's wool. And I did work on this a little bit last year, but not very much. Not enough. So I just have some of that white going for it, of the outline of the house. But I was looking at this the other night and thinking, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to get this one done. Some of these ones that are smaller size, I should be able to get them finished up and then get them off that WIP list. Who's counting how many WIPs? I don't know. There's a bunch. All right, so this is another one that I started last year. I was doing a stitch along with Kimberly Stitching on Instagram, and she actually finished it. and she was doing 2 series, one that I had already done and then this one. And so they're by Shepherd's Bush, and they're I'm trying to get what the other one was. I think it's called 2,000 Years Ago. And it's on the back. It's not a great picture, but it's called 2,000 Years Ago. And so she was stitching them all in one piece. It turned out beautiful. I got 3 of the 4 done. So this is the one that we were stitching, and it is in a stable. So I had not done this, but I had done the other ones, and I finished them in cube finishes, which I think I shared at some point. I might pull them back out. But the one that I need to do, actually, so this, I bought this leaflet on one of the cross-stitch website that I found it on. And then I ended up finding out that these patterns were in all of the cross-stitch ornament magazines from like 2005 to 2008 maybe. And so this one that I am doing is in the Christmas Ornaments 2007. So this is going to be the one that I need to do next. And I have not started it. But because I did the other 3, I'm considering it a WIP. And so I need to start that one and finish it. They are on 32 count. Picture this plus nuts. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to think about that one. But there are 2 of them. And so in a stable, Bethlehem slept. As Bethlehem slept. Mary and Joseph. That was the last one that I finished. And they're pretty small. Whoops. Sorry about that. Their sweet baby kept is the next part that I need to do. So there's that one again. Hopefully you can see that in there. So that is one that I'm definitely going to pick up and try to finish. So like I said, I've got a bunch of these smaller ones that are Christmas that I should be able to finish up. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing them and not getting distracted by all of the other things that are out there to do. All right, some of my winter ones, I really only have 3 that are winter. And this one is on my tablet as well, so bear with me. This one is also by Living on the Rainbow on Etsy, and this is her Welcome Winter Cube. So there it is, and she's got all of 4 seasons out now. She had at the time winter and, oh, I think maybe she had fall out. And then she did spring and summer this year. All right, and there's some more of the cube. So again, a finish that I have not done, but I think it's super cute, and I'd love to try to do a cube finish like that. And she gives all the instructions again. And so it is on 32 count. Again, thread everywhere. Goodness. Is this attached? It's attached. Whoops. Is there a needle down in there somewhere? Probably. Yep, there's the needle. Buried in the bag. That tells you this has not been picked up in a long time. I think it's charcoal. 32 count charcoal is what this is stitched on. And I did not bring my design board. I was not thinking. So these are all being shown this way. So these are the 2 parts of it, and there's 6 sides. And this one is almost done. This little house. Is it on the picture? Yeah. I'll show the picture again. So this one is done, and then this one is almost done. And they're teeny tiny. I don't even know. 34 by 34. So small. But I think because it was black 32 count, it's just taking me a little bit longer. So that's the cube that I'm working on that I need to finish up. All right. So when I get closer to winter stitching, probably in December, I'll pick this one back up. Okay. And then I think there's just 2 more. One does not have very much progress. It was a Mania start last year. And it was the day I think I was starting a whole bunch of things. And this one did not get a lot of love. So Floyd and Flurry on 28 count black Monica with the called for colors, I do believe. And all I have to show for this one is some snowflakes, but they're pretty snowflakes. So I need to maybe get back to that one. I do love all of their Sip the Seasons because they're cute. I've done one. I've done one of them. And my last one for the WIPs is Winter ABCs by Little House Needleworks. So I have autumn ABCs started and winter ABCs started. I have the other two, but I haven't started them yet. And I get, you know, started on these and then I fall off the wagon. I don't know. This is on a 28 count. I think it's a Monaco that I already had that I did not do anything to. So, well, then I dropped it. And I'm not using called for colors. I'm using whatever I had in my stash at the time. This was a Mania start from like 2 years ago. Goodness gracious. Well, let me tell you. That's what Mania does. It gets you lots of new starts. All right. That is where I'm at. So down to frost. And I think I have everything done that has to be done in that part. So I just need to move down. Move it on down. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get back to that one too. I don't know. I do love all of them. I just get distracted. There's so many things to get distracted by. The new and shiny things. All right. Here are some kitted projects that I have. The first one is Fresh Cut Trees, and I stitched this one for my sister last year because we have some race that we did 2 years ago with my mom, and they use a certain kind of yarn. I showed it on one of my Flosstubes last December, I think. And so I was going to stitch this one for myself as well. I wanted hers to at least be done first, and I have not gotten around to starting mine yet. So this is the pattern, and this is some fabric that I dyed because I wanted it to be a little bit darker. I think it turned out really good for hers. And then I'm using just pictures or just floss that I had that is dark enough to show up on this fabric, since it is a little bit of a darker fabric than what was called for. And then another one that I have kitted up is by Waxing Moon Designs, and I believe it's called Search the Skies. Let's see. If I can find, do I not have the color? Oh, there it is. Oh, good. Whew. Search the Skies. It's so pretty, but I just have not started it yet. I've got it kitted, and this is on a piece that I red dyed as well, or will be on a piece of fabric that I red dyed. And that's like some of the color on it. You can see some of the modeling. And I can't remember what color this is though, that I did it. It may have been a combination. I want to stitch that one. So cute. Another one that I have kitted up, and this is my fancy kitting job. It's just in the bag, you know. So this is the Backing Up the Truck, Here Comes Santa Claus. I honestly don't know if I'm going to stitch this one or get it started this year. There's so many other things that I've got going on. But it's kitted. It's ready for me to start. I have not finished one of these. I started the fall one, but I did not get it done because fall, it just was too much going on as far as me being tired and things like that. And so I don't know if Christmas is going to get done or even started. I probably shouldn't even start it. All right, so some designs that I picked out to share with you guys. I won't do all of them because this is the basket full of all of my Christmas designs that I picked out that I thought were good ones to share. It is by no means all of the Christmas patterns that I have, because I have a problem with Christmas patterns because I love them all. All right, so this is one I do want to start. If I can finish A Merry Little Christmas by Housewives, which I think I can, I thought I would reward myself for finishing that one because it has been a WIP for 1.5 years at least. So I thought I would reward myself with either being able to start the Christmas Adorables, which I have not purchased yet. I'm waiting until I finish it, or this pattern, because I was looking at this one and thinking, oh, I really want to start this one. And this is the Christmas House by Bent Creek. And so it's a 3-part series. I did get it off 123 Stitch and some other sites because I don't think they had all 3 parts of it. And I don't think there's a picture that has all 3 of them on here. So anyways, this is the first one. And then the next 2 blocks are filled in with these 2. So this is Santa's Cocoa. I think this is the top room, and this is the toy room. And then there is a companion piece, and it's called the Christmas Stable, the Deer Lodge. So that one kind of goes along with it. So you stitch this one separately, but it's a companion piece to it. So I really want to start this one. I haven't picked anything out for it, fabric or floss or anything like that. But I think it's so cute. I know that, I mean, it's big. What's the stitch count? Oh, it's not on that page. So that border would take a little while. And because I'm working on the other border, I might not want to do that until all of those lines are done on Countdown to Christmas, because it's a lot of lines. All right, so I know A Stitch for Mom, Caitlin, and Sweetwater Stitcher, Jessica, are doing a stitch along with this one, so I might pull this one out at some point since I do have the pattern. It is Brenda Gervais Best Time of the Year with a needle and thread, and it's super cute. So there's a stitch along going on right now for that one. And then this is Souvenirs of the Heart with Thy Needle and Thread, Home for Christmas. I think that's so cute. So I like that one too. One day. And then I do want to stitch Mary String by Lizzie Kate, and that one won't take very long. It's so tiny. 16 by 188 wide. So that's 16 high, and it's so many letters that are just small. It'll be quick. And just stitch it with ones that I've got. This is Heart in Hand. It's called Double Up, and it's Nativity. I love that. We Santa 2021. You've probably seen that one. I love all the We Santas. They're so cute and just different. This is one that I don't know where I got it from. It is by Homespun Elegance, and it's Santa Arrives Tonight. And that one I would finish as an ornament, I think. That is a lot of white stitching, but it's really cute. I love anything with Santa flying in his sleigh. I don't know. All right, we've got Christmas Carols. This is Country Cottage Needleworks. Lots of words. That one would probably be quick. Let's see, Reindeer Games by Country Cottage Needleworks. And sorry for the glare on these. And then 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I would change the pink to reds, which I think Priscilla did too. I'm more of a red for my Christmas color. And then Greetings from the North Pole. I love this one, and I know some other stitchers have done this one. And this is a Manny Di Donna, and I was looking at it, and I don't think there's any 1/1 stitching. 'Tis the Season pillow. So hey, maybe I can do that one without having to deal with the 1/1. And do I have this one twice? I do. This is Reindeer Games again. So future giveaway. That's gonna go in a future giveaway pile. I did not realize I had that twice in here. That's hilarious. All right, Santa ornament. This is another Homespun Elegance. Santa, Please Bring Me. And it says the list is linen, floss, and time to stitch. Amen, y'all. That's what we need. So I think that's cute. All right, this is a, oh gosh. Cure a bere cure? French? I can't say it. Christmas Farm. And I don't think I would stitch that whole thing, but maybe different pieces of it or parts of it, or bring the border in on this side to where I'm not, I don't know if I want to stitch that big plant. So maybe just kind of like figure something out to where the border comes over and comes down by the house. I don't know. Sorry for the glitter again. That one's really glittery, but it's really pretty. And I think she's got some for all of the seasons, maybe. All right, let's see what else is in this box of goodies. These are more Manny Di Donna, but these are like little teeny tiny ornaments. Look how cute those are. I love them. Joy and Peace. Hands-on Design Block Party. I have not done any of these. These are the reindeer. The 25th, I think is what it's called. And I don't know if I'd try to do that in a cube or if I would try to do the lengthwise. I don't know. That would be a really long one to finish. And then Waxing Moon Designs Christmas Street. I like all of those ones as well. I think I have another Waxing Moon design. There it is. Christmas House Trio from Waxing Moon. I've not stitched any of their trios. I have a couple of them as far as patterns, but I've not stitched any of them. Brenda Gervais, Jingle All the Way. I love that one in the round. That one's really pretty. Let's see, Lantern Lane. I'm sure everyone's familiar with that one by Little House Needleworks. Yeah, Lantern Lane. That house is ginormous. I think Caitlin with a Stitch for Mom is also stitching this one. And that house, I remember when Chelsea was stitching it, what, 5 years ago it feels like? It was a long time ago. And it was just, she was building a mansion, she said. The Macaulay Culkin mansion. Basket Full of Wintertime by Brenda Gervais. Love that one. All right, let's see. Maybe a few more. Try to get some of these out of the way, goodness. Oh, here's another Waxing Moon. This one is Be Merry. Cute little ornament, I think. And then this is a Bank Creek. I'm not going to get it done this year by any means, but she's got they have a mantle series, and so there's several of them. And this is the Christmas mantle. So I've done the Snow Globe mantle. That's the only one that I've done. And this is a Christmas mantle. And it comes with like the full kit. It comes with pearl cotton, I think, which I've never stitched with. So when I stitched the Snow Globe mantle, I used my own fabric because it's linen that comes with it. And I used my own floss because I've never stitched with that kind of floss. But I remember I've seen someone who stitched this piece and then they stitched the stockings separately and made them into little pillows and then attached them to the stitch piece to hang from it. And I thought that was super clever. So one day I would like to stitch this one. I have 3 of the mantles and I'm in search of I think it's a patriotic mantle. I've not found it yet. I've been looking. But I've got the fall one. I stitched the Snow Globe one, and then I've got the Christmas one. All right, so these are Primrose Cottage stitches, these next 2. Christmas letters. So like I said in my last video, I am going to start the Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage at the end of the month with Cornhusker State Stitchers. And so that one will probably have to wait till next year. And then Christmas Tree Farm by them as well. And so I've done the fall piece. And I do have, I think I have I might have the other 2. The spring one and the summer one. And then Christmas. So I'd like to stitch all of them because I think they're all really cute. All right, we're almost done. This is Annual Christmas Sampler. It's another Homespun Elegance one, back when the pictures were attached. So this is definitely an older pattern. Just a little ornament that I thought would be cute. And then I got this one for Christmas one year by Little Stitch Girl. 'Tis the Season. So it is a PDF. And I love that. It's cute. All the houses, all the Santa, just all of it. Okay, these next 2 are by Blue Ribbon Designs. And so Winter White Woodland is what this one is called. And it shows 2 different ways that you can stitch it. So either like the little pills individual blocks or as one long piece. And I don't know which way I would do it. Probably the individuals. And maybe make some of them into ornaments or something. I don't know. And then this is Peppermint Twist. I would definitely not stitch this whole thing. I would definitely cut it up into different pieces and stitch just different parts of it, like that reindeer and that house scene, I think are really pretty. And then the last one, like I said, this is not everything that I own. Designs from Pamela. And I don't know. I don't recognize that name. And it is called Winter Frost. Just a pretty scene. If you can see it. Sometimes the pictures are not very good on the pieces, but they're still very pretty. So hopefully that gave you some inspiration. The WIPs are definitely, a lot of them are ones I'm going to probably be picking up and hopefully can show you some progress in my next videos as I get into Christmas stitching. I really do want to get some of them finished up. That's my goal. We'll see, and then start some things maybe. So we'll just have to see how it goes. I hope everyone is having a great week. Thanks for hanging out with me for just a little while I showed you my Christmas WIPs. And I will see you guys hopefully in a couple weeks with just a regular floss tube. Bye.